After fleeing Egypt, the Hebrew people spent 40 years in the desert under the leadership of Moses. During this time, a portable sanctuary was fashioned that served as a sacred place where sacrifices were offered and where God would meet with the Israelites. Moses was given divine instruction on how this wilderness tabernacle was to be built. Just inside the main gate of the courtyard was a horned bronze altar for daily sacrifice. It stood on a raised mound and was the first object encountered as one entered the sacred precincts. Behind the altar was a large basin of water exclusively used by the priests. There they would wash their hands and feet before ministering inside the holy place. All elements of the tent itself, inside and out, were detailed, from the individual sockets and gold-covered boards of acacia wood that formed its walls to the linen and animal skins that served as its roof. Inside the first chamber of the tent were various sacred objects: a pure gold lampstand or menorah, a golden table that held 12 loaves of bread, and a square altar for incense. Separated by a thick curtain was the rear chamber called the Holy of Holies. This sacred back room housed the Ark of the Covenant, a portable chest made of acacia wood overlaid with pure gold that contained a pot of manna, Aaron's staff, and the 10 Commandments. Covering the ark was a lid with 2 golden cherubims at each end. Their outspread wings formed the mercy seat, which was Yahweh's throne, and it is precisely above the mercy seat that God chose to speak to his people.
There I will meet you, and there, from above the cover, between the 2 cherubim on the Ark of the Covenant, I will tell you all that I command you regarding the Israelites. Exodus 25:22.
The wilderness tabernacle was visual evidence of God's divine presence, power, and majesty among the Hebrew people. It served as the Israelites' portable temple throughout their 40 years of desert wanderings until they settled in a land of their own. The Jews eventually entered the Promised Land, and King Solomon built a permanent temple in Jerusalem. It was destroyed, and a new one was constructed which stood for 500 years before Herod the Great began renovations in 19 BC. It is this second temple, the Herodian temple, that stood during Jesus' public ministry and bore witness to many of his teachings and miracles. Both the Solomonic temple as well as the Herodian temple followed the plan of the portable wilderness tabernacle. Both contained the hallowed inner chamber, which no one but the high priest was permitted to enter, as it was God's throne room, the most holy place, the Holy of Holies. Approximately 40 years after Jesus' crucifixion, the Roman legions took Jerusalem by storm. The great temple was set ablaze, its treasures looted, and priests slaughtered. The building was completely destroyed. Today, a remnant of the ancient enclosure that surrounded the temple's courtyard remains. It is known as the Western Wall, or the Wailing Wall. Because of its proximity to the Holy of Holies, it has been a place of Jewish prayer for millennia, and is arguably the most sacred site in all of Judaism.